Hello, hello. Welcome to KCE Games. We're back in Genshin Impact and we're continuing the Archon quest, Interlude Chapter Act 3, Inversion of Genesis, the Kapukimono's finale. Take a walk around the Grand Bazaar to clear your head. The information you gathered left you with a heavy heart. You decide to return to the Sanctuary of Surasthana and tell Nahida about everything you've learned. Nahida is reminded of a secret she intentionally kept hidden before. The Balladeer entered Irminsul. After solving the puzzle, everyone is reminded that the things the Balladeer has done. So yeah, we're at a point where the Balladeer, we technically don't really know his fate at the moment, and currently we're assuming the worst, that he's actually died, used up the rest of the little bit of god power that he has left to delete his memory from all of Teyvat. But as we all know, wait, is it his banner right now? So yeah, he's a playable character, so that kind of spoils what's to come really in this story, unless this story doesn't really get to it yet. But I assume it does. Scaramouche has deleted his memory from the Teyvat from Irminsul, which led everyone to forget about him, apparently including all written evidence of his existence too. That's what we're led to believe, which I have a hard time believing, but I guess I'm not part of the story, so my opinion doesn't matter. But it turns out if you obfuscate the information enough, that information can still be retained, in which Nahida actually created like a little folk tale about a bunch of cute little foxes and kittens and monsters, and which represent what actually happened in Scaramouche's past. And since that's a folktale, it didn't get affected when the memory was deleted. Which, again, I have a problem suspending my disbelief for, because it's like, if the inspiration to build that story was from the story of Scaramouche, then doesn't that thread lead to, like, I guess it's like in a database. If for those who are computer scientists out there who's in CS right now, if a database has a on delete cascade effect, once you delete one key or one row that affects the keys in the foreign keys, it will cascade to like all the other tables and delete those rows as well. I guess that's where my logic comes in, where it's just like, yeah, you've referenced your inspiration for this story is referencing that. So if that is gone, then the story is also affected. It cascades to affect the story as well. But apparently, no, that's not how it works. And somehow Nahida has found a literally Deus Ex Machina way around it. But anyways, we're supposed to, apparently this is all weighing heavy on us, and we're supposed to go out for a walk. So let's go do that. The last time we went for a walk, we, on the corners of our eyes, saw the Wanderers, so maybe it'll happen again, which is what I'm expecting, since they've done it once, and like the director of Star Wars once said, "It is nice when story rhymes." Actually, I don't even know if that's the actual quote. I think he was referencing Star Wars in particular, but in this case, we saw Scaramouche in the corner of our eye in the beginning, and now that we believe he's gone, it's just poetic if we see him in the corner of our eye again. And then we have to go chase him down. Alright, hopefully someone's here to cheer us up. We see, like, with the Wanderer, he's, like, dancing with Nilou. Say, oh, what's going on here? He's like, I decided to become a theater person, because that was my dream the entire time. But my mother didn't let me do it. She said I was supposed to be a leader of some kind. I came in through the wrong doors, it looks like.
We're here! What should we eat first?
Let's eat the, was it tachina or something? Tachin was supposed to be like the really good tasting thing that kids love. From, was it Jute or something? The person named Jute. I have a nagging feeling, like there's something I'm missing. Something important that I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
We're thinking about stuff, Paimon. Sorry, it's just, give me a minute, I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want.
You choose, Paimon. I'll eat what you have. Come on, brain. Let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Forbidden knowledge? Nahida?
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Stop talking, Paimon! I'm trying to think! You're distracting me! Exclamation mark? Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. She said that no one can erase themselves from existence. Not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation in Lesser Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
We had a eureka moment, Paimon. No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But this is a crucial, important detail. It's simply not possible for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill.
Oh, look who it is.
Here.
And he supposedly has a Nemo vision. It seems like a Nemo people likes to give visions to broken people who are broken. Xiao, he's like all broken and cursed and emo. Kazuha is all like, he has like that, oh, I'm really wise. I'm a young wise man. And he's also kind of broken since he had to like deal with his friend's death and everything. And also deal with being on the run as a criminal. Being like chased by the Inazuman authorities. And Sayu is all like obsessed about sleeping and is like a weirdo as well. But I guess Scaramucci's more like, would you say he's like tsundere? He's like, at this point he's super mean to us, but he actually like is also nice to us. I don't know. Look who it is. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, question mark?
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off.
Get him!
Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
Interesting. Now I'm thinking like if he erased all memories of Scaramouche, Balladeer, Kabukimono and stuff from everyone's memory, does he have any memories of his own existence, or is he just like a new person altogether?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
We see Lumine in the back there just like spying on him.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the Balladeer.
He's who?
You heard what I said,
You're a
Paimon.
strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Interesting. I don't see a vision on him, unless like on the top of his hat or something. I don't see a vision on him, so could he potentially just not have a vision altogether? I don't think he had a vision when he was Scaramouche, like back in the days, right? His electro powers are actually from him being like the puppet of the Raiden Shogun. Similar to how, like, I think Raiden Shogun, the character, doesn't actually have a vision at all. And both Venti and Zhongli, their visions are actually fake. They don't have the same behavior as like other people's real visions. They're just fake ornaments that look like visions, so that I guess when they use their powers, people don't like get suspicious. Like, there's this one quest where you're supposed to use your vision to find certain resonance in like ore or something, and if you use any other character, the closer you get to that ore or whatever object, the brighter and faster the vision would flash. But if you switch to Venti or Zhongli, the vision actually has no like response at all, which is like isn't a bug or anything. It's like intentional, like lore intentional. And it looks like Scaramouche doesn't have a vision, at least from all the angles that we've seen of him so far, because it could potentially just be on the top of his hat or something. But maybe, hopefully, this story might go into how he gets his Anemo vision, which I feel like would be a good bow tie. Like, oh, he's a completely new person now. Even his vision, even the gods have like deemed so that he's worthy to hold power.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
Are we led to believe that a long time has passed? Like, why would he mention that he doesn't take days off? I thought this like all happened in the same day. Oh, but if you came from my last video, I was like, oh, we're in Inazuma, and now we gotta travel all the way back to Sumeru. It's gonna take like 6 months. Maybe in story, in the lore, it actually does take time to travel from one nation to another. And between that time, a lot of stuff has happened.
That's right, I am.
Even though I guess in the game we just like used the teleport waypoint and instantly traveled from Inazuma to Sumeru, and we don't even think much of that.
We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it? I'll be right back.
Oh, Wanderer. His name's not question mark anymore. Do you know who has a lot of Sensidias in her inventory? I, me, Lumine, the Traveler. Traveler, Wanderer, best friends forever.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Okay, Paimon, that sounds good. So I'm still wondering in the back of my head right now, like, if he erased all memories of Scaramouche, Balladeer, blah 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 blah, does he himself still remember it? Does he himself still retain memories of his past, essentially? I wonder how that works for Raiden Shogun then, technically being his mother. Would she just forget that she had a failed prototype and just got Raiden Shogun the puppet right the first time or something? Or does she still remember that she made a puppet and threw it out because it was a failure or whatever? Because at that point, I don't think there was a name for Scaramouche or the Balladeer, or I guess it was Kuni Kuzushi or something like that. And yeah. Oh man, my brain is just jumping to like how a lot of other things have been affected by this. We already know like how the Fatui has been affected. They just don't remember him at all, and they all just think the 6th seat of the Fatui Harbingers have just been vacant this entire time.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the Balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetius? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush! Paimon!
Oh, alright.
You're the one who told us that we need to be quiet.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
So is the Wanderer good now? If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe it.
Huh?
He notices us.
You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He walked in the club and he noticed you. Noticing me.
He spotted us!
Oopsies.
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right. We were following you. It's only because we think you have a really beautiful hat and we want to ask you about it, but we're too shy.
Have we met before?
Oh, interesting. So he doesn't have memories of us. Or does he have memory of us and he's just playing dumb?
No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes, I do.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
You're my husband and you owe me a lot of money.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Don't ask too many questions, Paimon. Just trust us.
Huh?
How'd you know?
You were right. The look on his face.
So even he himself has forgotten. I guess when we removed the memories of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, Nahida forgot too, so it would make sense that he doesn't have recollection. But I guess at this point, we're to ask like exactly what memories have been deleted. Is it just memories of Scaramouche, Kunikuzushi? Is it Kunikuzushi? Balladeer, like those memories of him in those identities, and not necessarily memories of him coming into being and being like nameless or whatever, because he named himself, is it Kunikuzushi? I don't remember what he named himself. Like the killer of things or something like that. And like before he had a name, then people would remember those memories of him, just like how Raiden Shogun, we can like kind of assume that Raiden Shogun still remembers that he made a failed puppet and just threw it away. And I don't know who else, maybe Yai Miko will remember that too. Maybe whoever, which Sarakujo, I don't think Sarakujo was alive during that time, so I don't think she would remember. But yeah, oh man, with all these like different memories and stuff, I kind of wish there was like a resource out there that keeps track of everything. Like, oh, at this point in the story, all these things are what's being remembered and what's being referenced and stuff. I don't think I can do it though. I'm not big enough with the lore. I don't have that big of an interest in the lore to be able to compile all that information and create like a video or something about it. I bet that would be a really good video for the Genshin Impact community, and if I did do that, I could probably bring more traction to my channel. But for whatever reason, I just don't have the ability. I feel like the expertise, the time, or the artistic ability to do it. I guess that's expertise as well. So yeah, I'll stick to doing Let's Plays, and hopefully someone else. If you hear this and you compile everything into a video and you gain lots of traction on your channel, let me know. And let me feel bad that I gave away such a good idea.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
We can confirm, no vision on the top of his hat. There's somewhere I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yeah, why are you so weird?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay? ...
All right.
Then let's return to the city.
We're friends now, okay? Return to the grocery stall, alright? Yeah.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Just random people I found on the way.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining.
He should have wore a bigger hat that it can shelter him from the rain.
Imagine you and me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry?
That's a good question. I don't know.
But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't
have a life. I just want to play video games all day, okay?
No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Sounds good. Return to the sanctuary of Zerastana. I'm not gonna walk there. Nahida, we found him. Whoa, what's that behind her? Is she looking through the logs? She's like, oh, what else can I piece together? There has to be some implications here and there that I can form the real story.
Nahida! Nahida! What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
My name is Kizuna Ai.
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You tell Lesser Lord Kusalia what happened in the Grand Bazaar.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots.
A plant with no roots?
But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
You're a real asshole.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil.
You once even ate the hot dog from the middle.
You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Nahida tells the Wanderer about his past.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
Oh, so are we supposed to believe that if we removed the memory of someone more prominent, that has like more world-changing abilities, we we would have maybe changed how things played out, and essentially, I don't know, time travel and change things to a point where we would like go out into the world and things are a lot different. Kind of like how when the Flash in the Flashpoint series, Flashpoint, what would you call that? That like group of stories, I guess, the comics. I guess it's a movie as well. The Flash like one day just regretted his past or something like so bad that he just like ran so fast that he went back in time, and he saved his mom from being killed, and because of that it like changed the course of history, so that when he went back to his own time, everything is like slightly changed, but in like significant ways. Like instead of for Batman's origin, instead of Bruce Wayne seeing his parents murdered, it was Martha and Thomas Wayne seeing Bruce get murdered, and then Martha goes crazy and becomes a Joker, and Thomas, in his like depression, in his loss, in his grief, becomes the Batman. And instead of Superman's spaceship landing in Smallville and found by the Kents, his ship was landed straight in Metropolis and was pretty much taken in by LexCorp and was experimented, like hidden from reality, and or hidden from everyone, and just was experimented on as like this alien. So that Batman and Superman and I guess the Flash also doesn't have his powers either, because the reason why he has his powers apparently like stems from like him wanting to be a police in order to make it so that the thing that happened to him won't happen to other people or something like that. So because his mom is still alive, he didn't want to be a police. It didn't lead him into wanting to be a police or something like that. Or maybe he went to a different section of the police force. But yeah, anyway, so the Flash, Superman, and Batman all have different origins, which affected Wonder Woman, and like it turned out because of that, Wonder Woman and Aquaman are like the strongest people in the world. One of them representing the mascara and like all the Amazonians, and the other one representing Atlantis. They're like kings and queens of their world, and the world goes to shit because those two like fell in love, had a relationship that was like, I guess, didn't go well, and it like led to war between the two like huge nations or superpowers, like literal superpowers. And because of it's just because the Flash decided to go back in time and save his mom. So we don't have that here though in this game. We went back, changed a bunch of people's memories, but things still played out the same. So the Wanderer didn't have any like significant impact in history. But I was expecting like it would be so weird for us to like, Scaramouche suddenly disappeared, or everyone suddenly forgets Scaramouche, and we leave like that room that we were in or something, and all of a sudden like, I don't know, Sumeru City is like a sci-fi utopia, like in like a cyberpunk 2077 world or something like that. It's like, oh, so much has changed all of a sudden. Like I wouldn't expect something like that to happen, so it's a little bit weird.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
Because not everything is black and white.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
I liked him.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We were each other's enemies, and you tried to kill us multiple times.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
That's a good question.
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
That's interesting. This is a very meta thing where you're like, you look at your own actions, but with like a different perspective kind of thing, where it's like, oh, you kind of put yourself into like the shoes of someone completely different than yourself, and you judge your own actions according to that. So it's like you're like kind of removing your ego, I guess, from the equation, and like trying to mindfully learn about your past, like judge your past, your past decisions and your past actions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Here's a canned knowledge.
Wait,
Stick it in your head.
shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay, but it didn't work out too well last time.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Everyone! Teleport waypoint unlocked. Are we not in the real world now or something? No, we're still here. Reminiscent drift. Can we talk to Wanderer? Hey, Wanderer!
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
No, we're nosy little, what's a thing that's really nosy? We're nosy little people, so it was all part of our fun. A heater.
It's time to get ready.
Oh, okay. I should go to the washroom first, because what if we go in there and there's no toilets? Reminiscent drift. Ooh, it's a domain, so I can assume maybe that we get to play as the Wanderer when we get in there. The memories of a certain puppet. He can be the Balladeer, harbinger of the Fatui, and he can also be Kapukimono, who was once sighted in Tatarasuna. Right. I think this is a good team. Look, let's do it. We bring Raiden Shogun here and it's just so awkward.
This looks like Inazuma.
Raiden Shogun's like, you have to call your mom every once in a while. Oh, you're so thin. Are you eating right? Do you have any clean laundry? I remember when I used to do your laundry all the time.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Are we in an Inception?
Sounds like an immersive experience.
Just like video games.
It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
So if we like do dirty things in here, we won't have any consequences. We
never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're here. Now we're just finishing the job.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
Will he be in his birthday suit then?
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
I wonder who it is.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Batman.
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured?
Do you need help?
Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Indeed.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
This looks like asset reuse from Kaidahara Kazuha's, like, was it like Mirage or something? Am I supposed to get down? Oh, there's a hole. Can we open these doors, though? Open up! Let me in! Oh, you can see through the cracks that there's actually something on the other side there. I don't know if YouTube's compression is showing the crack very well. Alright, let's get down there. Fortunately, we don't get to play as Wanderer here, even though it's a domain. Immediately give us a chest? It's not a trap chest, is it? It's not a mimic, is it? Can you imagine if, like, MiHoYo started adding mimics into this game at some point? That would be fun, I think. The mimics are kind of like a trope, so I don't think people will get too angry. Okay, if I jump down, I won't be able to get back up.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
Kabuki Kimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Kabuki Kimono. I think in Japanese they don't stress the vowels all that much. So instead of Kabukimono, it's like you like cut off at like Kabukimono or something like that. I don't know. At least that's what I heard. And then there's also tonations. So like different tones mean different things. Like I don't know. What would be an example of like two things that sound very similar but mean different things? But it's kind of like the difference is from how their tone is set, like Oji-san and Oji-san or something. I don't know. What? Trying to trick me? I could probably take the damage and like it won't even affect me all that much. Give me the good stuff. Yeah, I can like just stand here and it's like fine. Oh, actually no, it took a good chunk of damage actually. Hopefully it's just on rails. And I'm glad they're just giving me chests and I don't have to do anything for them. Ooh. Oh? Excuse me? That's not very nice. Why is there a green vagina on the wall floating there? Just the vagina.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Oh no, go, it's PT. I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
It's child. Child without an E.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords,
But the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick.
And then I got sick.
He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
Now we're all sick. We all got COVID.
But you can't. You promised me.
You're not allowed to die. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
Clearly he died.
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Oh no, unbreathe him.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something!
I'm dead.
You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You
Raiden
betrayed me too.
Shogun. And that is when he broke completely.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the picture here. The picture doesn't have him, like the Scaramouche picture here doesn't have him with a vision either. At least I don't see one. I'm like scanning it left and right. And I wanted to go to Raiden Shogun, and I don't think she has a vision either. No, she doesn't have a vision, right? Normally it's like hanging off their belt or something, or off their. Is that? Nope, that's not a vision. I don't think that thing on her sash is a vision. It's just like that thing on her belt is also not a vision. Because then normally you'd see it with if I go to Kaching, the vision has like that. What is that? Like a setting, like that housing around it, and like different nations have different housings. Like it would look like the housing for it would look like that, just with the electro in it. Since Kokomi is from Inazuma, but yeah, Raiden Shogun just literally, since she's not hiding her identity or anything, so she doesn't need a vision. So people who see her knows her as the Archon. But if I go to Zhongli, he is hiding his identity at the moment. So like, he has a vision, but that's actually like a fake vision. It's just like an ornament made to look like one, which we've established in the past that exists because Yoimiya was creating fake visions for people during the Vision Hunt decree. And if I go to Venti, yeah, he has a vision too, since he's hiding his identity as Lord Barbados, or he's hiding his Lord Barbados identity as Venti, so he has like a fake vision as well. And it looks like his vision actually has like an extra thing sticking out of it, because it's like that like wing thing is like moving along with the vision. And now I want to I can't actually. I want to go into the character archive and look at Nahida, because I don't think she has a vision either, or at least logic would dictate that she doesn't have a vision. Woo! Not very nice, since she's like, her identity is like literally the Dendro Archon. She's not hiding it from anyone. I see. I see. Scaramouche has a specific thing that he likes.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One
That's a
could be
Fatui.
wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Right here.
I didn't want to like interrupt the voicing, but I accidentally walked too far in, like mindlessly, and I triggered these guys. And I was like afraid like their dialogue might somehow mess things up, but I'm glad it didn't.
I'm always watching. Right here. Emerge.
Unfortunately, I have two Electro characters on the team. That guy's Electro shield is like resistant to Electros.
Not now. Show them. Right now. Right here. Scatter. Germinate. Nothing lasts forever.
Yaimiko has been really cool to use so far.
Right here. Right now. Now.
She has been kind of squishy though. Heal everyone up. Hey, there's a crystal marrow here. Uh-oh.
This place is dark.
This is the place where we met Scaramouche, isn't it? And this is where we like fainted somehow and Yaimiko came and saved us.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
What exactly do you remember about this part, Paimon? We came here and it was a different Fatui that we encountered and not Scaramouche. And then Yaimiko saved us from this other Fatui. I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and
hello.
these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
I think La Signora also doesn't have a vision. I don't know if she's actually using delusion or whatever, but she has like powers that isn't from the gods. And I actually don't think she's using a delusion. I think she's just like a super powerful being of some kind. And she has this really cool catalyst, I guess. I hope that's a catalyst, I don't know. But yeah, she doesn't have a vision either. I originally thought she was like a cryo vision, but no. If you look at her character model, she has like no vision at all. At least in all the angles that the game has provided, we haven't seen a vision. Maybe she like hides it up her butt or something, or in between her boobs, or in her hair. But yeah, as far as I know, she doesn't have a vision.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan.
Her eye is the vision. Ah, that makes sense now.
Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
Why is she just regular Signora now and not La Signora?
What a sharp tongue you have.
Signora? Signora? Signora?
Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Like, La Signora's character model is so cool, though. It's like a huge shame that she's not a playable character. I guess yet. Hopefully yet. Hopefully, maybe at some point she does become a playable character. She seems really cool. And maybe they can give her a vision or something, too. She can be a pyro. It'll be funny if she's not even pyro or cryo. Wait, is she cryo? She first starts off, when you start in her boss fight, she first starts off plummeting you with like ice, right? And then when you phase change in the boss fight, she becomes fire. How come she can control different elements without a vision? Is it because she like just knows how to use a delusion without it hurting her or something like that? I wonder if there's any like lore, like prominent lore about Signoras. Like, why is she so as powerful as she is?
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Ooh, this is exactly what happens. She lets her emotion get in the way, and then you quickly finds her mortality. Realizes her mortality.
Surely you're not worried about me.
Everyone's worried about you. Everyone's worried you're not going to become a playable character.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
No, we won't be able to see you at the victory feast, Ignora. It's sad.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is?
Who are you talking to, Scaramouche?
Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome. ...
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Alright.
Why are
fighting.
you staring at me in silence?
Because you're hot, okay?
Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
No,
I'm
I'm
under
not.
no obligation to be nice to you.
I'm a really awkward
Besides,
person.
I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Not mirror images. This body.
Oh. Layla and Yaimiko go really well together because
Nothing lasts forever.
Layla's shield gains like those stacks
Right now.
every time you use the elemental skill, and Yaimiko gets her. Not only does she have 3 elemental skills all the time, it also recharges really fast.
Oh, mine's a command. Not now. Emerge. Now you've got me worked up.
Oh, now you've got me worked up.
Stars, shine for me. My guiding... Right now. Emerge. I'm always watching. Right now.
Oh, I
Right
missed.
Here. Right now. Propagate.
Why are you stuck in this little corner?
Look at me. Just once more.
Look at me just once more. I didn't know she says that when she dies. That's like so tragic. Alright. Let's go through the floating vagina. Floating green vagina in the room. I guess a giant green floating vagina.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Hey, we're gonna go see the robot.
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
Ooh.
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
You can't tell me what to do.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's the doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
Okay, interesting. I think I'm gonna end things here. We're not gonna jump into that giant green floating vagina yet. But do it in the next video, since I've kind of hit the 1 hour mark. And I think my previous videos have been a little bit too long for my likings. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one, where we will continue this story. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.